Yeah.
We good?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We're up.
Yeah, we're good. We're up.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that, guys. Couple of issues with the connection. Just to summarize what we've done, we didn't miss too much.
No.
Just 10 minutes.
Baz and Fen were deposited back on the ship by a bird boy. Shimi is back to consciousness and driving the ship towards a light. And Charlotte and Kizar, our wonderful crossbowmen, have regained their posts at the front of the ship. So, yeah.
Right, yeah. I was in the middle of asking, Mr. Banham, do you want to be healed? When somebody said you can't heal somebody without asking.
Yeah.
Who said that?
That's just legalese stuff.
Legal stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just legal stuff. I'm sorry, I just knew that, so I was spewing facts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Charlotte
it's
does not
actually
care
really
about
weird,
legal
though.
stuff. But, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna heal Baz and Bird Boy and Fen and herself. And you, maybe. Do you want to be healed? You can be healed. It's up to 6 creatures of my choice. So, yeah. 2d8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier. That's a 5. That's a 6. Plus
11.
my spellcasting ability modifier. Oh, what's that? I don't know.
Is it your wisdom you use?
It is wisdom, yeah. Plus 4. 15.
15? Awesome. Okay.
I'll
You heal 15 points.
I'm at full health.
Fantastic.
Hey! Nice.
Cool. Back down in the observatory.
Oh, make sure Tallulah's okay.
Okay, give me a medicine check.
You guys, that is a 9.
Yeah, no, she's fine. She's just overdone her magic for a bit. And actually, as you make your way over and stuff, she kind of regains consciousness a little bit, and she's glancing around, and she sees that you guys are out of the water, and she goes, Fen, then the short one. She's asking
Are you back
after
up by
them.
now?
What
Yeah,
happened?
I'm on the
Yeah.
top though.
Are you gonna answer her, or am I answering her?
Somebody answer the lady.
Words. A bird came and brought them out of the water?
Okay. Tallulah, for a second, she tilts her head and she looks like she's thinking, and then she nods her head slightly. She's you're in then. All right, boys. She begins to pull herself off, and these things, they're still circling underneath, and they're not afraid of the light anymore. They do look unhappy because they've just been shocked, but they're just kind of swimming back and forth like sharks. They're waiting for a chance. And you catch, as they go, you catch glimpses of sleek black scales, of red hair, and old kind of graying hair. You catch a single glimpse of long silver hair, and you catch a second glimpse of further down. It's difficult to see, but an older woman, blonde curls, blue hair.
Wait a minute.
Eyes.
Blonde frosted
Wait a minute.
tips.
She's got blonde kind of princess curls, almost like loose princess curls, blue eyes, red at the bottom, and she's gone. And then Tallulah is up, and she slams a hand against the control panel, and you see a spark of magic, and the glass just
We need to move the
shimmers
table
back.
in more. I don't know if you saw that. The microphone was
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Push the.
Push your side. I think it's just because it's such a dip.
It's together.
Yeah,
it's
it's just that there's a
Put the
dip.
mic there. Yeah.
And the actual metal begins to slide back over to close it up. And as it does, you see hands start to slam on the glass, like they're trying to get in. They don't want to lose their thing. They fought for this,
Yeah.
right? And you catch a glimpse of 2 blue eyes. Older blue eyes. Same blonde curls. And this familiar look. Both of you. She looks familiar but different. Wrong almost. And then the gap closes. And the trapdoor flings open above, and Tallulah reaches up, shrinks down this kind of like fold-out ladder, and begins to climb up.
Yeah, I'll go.
I'm following up.
I'm fucking done with this place.
Yep, no, up. She slams the trapdoor closed behind you guys and begins to like run for the staircase. Like she's obviously checking on people.
Yeah.
And I'd like a perception check from the both of you.
12.
12?
1.
Hey, that's a
One.
13.
Okay.
Hey, counter.
The moment I touch a dice, by the way, it starts to roll high.
Well, that's
Till
good.
it doesn't.
That's very
And
weird.
be cursed.
Yeah, and this one for the rest of the
Cool. As you guys turn up onto the corner, Shin, you spy just at the corner of your eye, Karfka, standing over what looks like one of these weird fish women, in the midst of changing back to like their original form, and you catch a glimpse of red hair, and then just fucking smush as Karfka brings one of his frying pans just down, just explodes this thing's head.
Nice.
And he
Okay,
goes, "Not my fucking kitchen!" And you're upstairs onto the deck. And just glancing around, you spot Kiz and Charlotte up next to the crossbows. You can't see Baz and Fen currently because the railing is hidden from you guys. But you do see Shimi up there. The hawk sitting on the corner, which you're a little bit confused about because you haven't seen it before.
Yeah.
And off in the distance, just a slowly blinking light every once in a while. And Tallulah immediately turns right as soon as you guys are up and takes off towards Shimi. See how she is.
Okay.
Hilarious.
Have fun, guys. Play.
Oh, okay.
I ready myself with the crossbow,
Okay.
and I'm kind of just.
What are you
I'm
ready for?
glaring.
What's the trigger?
Probably.
Pulling the trigger.
Probably the light, because Kizis thought that light was strange since it first started. So she's kind of just like, I don't know what you are or where you came from, but not on my boat.
Okay, so the second it comes within sight, you'll fire a crossbow at it.
Probably, yeah.
What's up with the rest of you guys?
Yeah.
I was trying to trip you
As you've just fluttered back to consciousness after being underwater with your previous wife. Charlotte, standing at a crossbow. She's just helped to heal them back to consciousness.
Yeah.
You two have just emerged into the sunlit deck.
I think Shin's gonna make his way up to Kiza and Charlotte.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay, yeah. So you guys make your way up. Baz and Fen are lying there. The bird is still kind of just... It's just using its beak to pick at its feathers.
Detailed notes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did Furnace have a ring on her finger?
Roll me a investigation check.
Did what?
Did she have a ring on her finger?
Oh.
That is a 10.
She did not. No, you notice there are slight subtle differences. She wasn't wearing a ring on her finger. She looked a little bit younger than you would have expected her to be.
Back in my day, we didn't have age.
Mr. Shin, do you want
Yep.
to take over this crossbow?
I have to fucking figure out how to use the crossbow, don't I? Wait,
I thought
actually,
you knew how to use a crossbow.
I
That's
can
why
use
I
a
was asking.
hand crossbow. Actually, can I turn to Kiza and say, Kiza, Apparently Charlotte doesn't want to take this crossbow. Can you teach me how to use it?
I thought you knew how to use a crossbow.
I can
Does
use a-
Tabik know how to use a crossbow then?
Nope.
It's because they're huge fucking crossbows. Shin can use a hand crossbow.
Then fine, I'll stay on the crossbow.
Okay,
None
then.
of us have been on a ship before, I think.
Shin's been on a ship.
They didn't have to.
Like, it wouldn't be like this, but Shin's been on a
Ship,
ship.
yeah.
Alright, does anybody know what that light is? I thought it was a lighthouse.
Can we investigate the light?
You can try. It's like pretty heavily obscured. Like you're not even quite sure like if it's a light properly. It's just kind of a flash of color.
What color is it?
It's kind of like a warm orangish red, like a flame almost.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever this thing is.
Too obscured though to really find out anything.
No,
Tell
just
me when
with
it
with the
moves,
fog
or when
and
it
everything. You guys are a
blinks.
little bit high on adrenaline still. Like you've just gotten back up. It'd be very difficult to try and see it.
I just thought something. Sorry. Don't worry.
Can I do a general perception check around the area and see if like there's any danger right now?
Oh yeah,
Sure,
Tabik
go
wants
ahead.
to watch for stuff too. Can I?
Go ahead. You'd like to look around?
Yeah, perception.
Oh, hey!
16?
Okay, 16.
So much better than
Got a 23.
Okay, yeah, no. You look around. You wouldn't recognize it, but Tabik, you would recognize the tails of those creatures. The kind of graying, decaying fish scales. A couple of them have surfaced next to the boat, and they're like following around. And they get to a point where it gets a little like the rocks kind of drop off a little bit, and it's just kind of fog ahead in the light in the center. They actually turn and dive back under the water. Back on.
What were those?
You don't want to mess with them.
Alright. Do you guys know what happened to the Dragonborn that went down there?
It was one of those.
Alright. Cool. Did I tell you that, I think that hawk thing might be the captain?
No.
So basically, I stole some books from the captain.
The hawk like glances up from where it's clinging its wing, shakes its head, and then goes back to its wing. Changes wings.
I kind of know what it is. I think it is really cool.
Go ahead.
I know
I
what
just
it
like
is.
shake
Tabik
my head
knows.
at the hawk. I'm like, nuh-uh, nuh-uh, kid, nuh-uh, kiddo. I don't trust you.
Reese might let you do a magic check if you wanted to figure out what it is.
Yeah, can I check actually?
Yeah, sure, make
It's
an
really
arcana check.
cool.
I guess.
If it's sort of like it is, it's really cool.
Oh.
Two?
Yeah.
There's a hint of magic. You can't tell what it is, though.
Yeah, okay.
I think I know what it is, but Tabik would never fucking care.
Well, in any case, yeah, stole some stuff, and the kid was like, oh, well, okay, and then he turned into a hawk at some point. Maybe. He's got the same eyes, and the captain has the same eyes, too, so... At first, I thought the captain was actually the ship, but I realized that didn't work out as well.
Yeah.
Fun. Okay.
I think this is the first time Shin's actually wanted to hit
Before
Charlotte
I
outside
fight- So you said it's kind of
Tabik's like
going.
zoned out. He doesn't fucking care.
You said it's kind of going on and off, right?
Yeah. It's like, it's blink, and then it waits a little bit, and blink, and then it waits a little bit.
It's patterned?
Yeah, it looks like it's patterned.
A very important
It's not just
question.
randomly blinking.
It's not like a flickering flame then.
Is it going at an exact steady beat, or does it change every once in a while?
It's steady.
Okay. Another question. Can I tell if it's changing positions or if it's staying in one spot?
It's not, like, moving. It's in the same spot. It hasn't moved at all. You guys have been moving closer to it. But it is, like... The light itself doesn't, like, sweep or anything. No. Just goes, blink.
Well, yeah, like, I still think that's a lighthouse because, like, you could very easily, like, just have a flame and then just have something rotating around it that covers it every once in a while.
That kind of makes it sweet, though.
That would make it sweet.
No. The light rotating itself is not something like a shadow rotating around it.
No,
A lot
because
of creatures
No,
also
like the
use
light,
light as a
and then
luring
it moves
technique,
around,
though.
so whenever it goes into your view, it covers it, and then it's, like, lit up, and then it covers it, and then it's lit up.
It'd still be sweet, though.
it's still sweet.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. why
It's just a
not sweet.
constant blink.
It's just a constant blink.
Okay. The ship is getting
Maybe it's
closer
magical.
now, and it's starting to pass into this kind of fog, and the murmuring is getting very, very loud now. And you guys actually see, now that you're a little bit closer, it's not like a consecrated ball of light. It's actually got kind of like a pattern to it. It starts kind of on the left, and back, and forward, and back, and it's off. It's up again, it goes forward, and back, forward, and back, forward, and back, off.
Hey.
So
Can
it's not like it's sweeping, like it's rotating. It looks like it's like different parts
Moving
are
back
lighting
and
up and then
forth?
back and forth, and then it just shuts off for a couple of counts, and then it's
Well, hey, that could count as a fantasy I was gonna say fantasy flashlight. Fantasy lighthouse.
Could we investigate?
you can try that.
Okay,
Let's
all of them are
investigate.
gonna...
16.
16, Okay.
14.
14,
11.
11.
I'm gonna investigate the murmuring, because I still
Okay,
think
we'll
it's a
get
fantasy
right to you. So you guys just watching it. Now that you're closer, you can start to pick out what it is doing. It's not just flat. It's not going back and forth flat. It's actually like, it looks like it's following some sort of pattern or like some outline. And it changes as it goes. And you can't quite make out what pattern it might be following, but it's definitely not just a flat light going back and forth.
It's like circling.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's drawing something out almost.
And we can't see what it's drawing out.
You can't quite tell. You've still got it's still foggy enough, and it's still got a little bit of distance on you that you can't quite make it out. You can tell that it's definitely not just a flat blink like you guys had thought, but
That's a 20.
20.
Not nat 20,
murmuring.
but...
You take a minute to listen, and it's less like murmurs than it is like water, like running water, like rapids almost. Except it's a little bit louder.
Hey, Captain.
None of us know anything
Yeah.
about the sea.
You kind of have to yell over the murmuring at this point.
Yeah,
It's getting loud.
Is it shallow up ahead? Do you know?
Shimi, you see she goes to speak, and just as she does, you guys come a little bit out of the mist and just fucking drop into this kind of, like, you drop down a little bit, and you begin to pick up speed as you
Oh,
begin to
shit.
swirl.
Tabit's backing away from the rail.
And the mist begins to clear from around you the closer you get, and you're circling this light now, and you pop out of the fog, and you're in a whirlpool. And in the center, it's not like a little whirlpool. This thing is fucking miles wide, and in the center is a dark hole, and right in the center of that hole, kind of on this floating piece of land, is a little signpost, and written out in big neon letters that are currently going back and forth blinking is the words Destiny, your last destination. And then with a the ship goes over the edge into the pit.
It's an LED sign.
Please.
Yeah.
Can Charlotte read that?
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Whoa!
Because at the same second you see it, a voice comes into your heads.
Destiny,
and it's relaxing. It's almost like an airport voice, like a commercial voice. It's very calm. It's very soothing and stuff. And it goes, "Destiny, your last destination." And over the side into the pit, and that's where we'll end today's session.
What the fuck, Grace?
We still have like 3 hours.
We do, but the next part
You don't have a plan?
is a separate arc session.
A what?
Jeez.
Whoa.
Wait, so this was the end of the first arc?
Halfway through,
Oh god.
the midpoint.
Oh, well.
This is the start of the real arc.
Oh, god.
So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed. We're gonna be getting pretty exciting coming up here. Yeah, I look forward to hearing from everyone, seeing what the critique is. If you got any theories about what's going on, what's happening.
Well, we've only been up for 20 minutes, so we can maybe talk about theories.
Oh, it
on
is.
air.
Do you guys want to talk about it? I can't release too much, but I do know at the beginning of the session, Kiza and Charlotte both rolled nat 20s and they still have questions.
Oh yeah.
So if you'd like,
I
you
forgot
have
about
2
that.
questions. I cannot promise that I can answer them all, but I can hint at stuff.
What if it's a question I want to ask you in private?
Then I will let you ask me in private.
Do we have to leave?
No, it's fine. I'll just talk to them later.
We'll just go later.
You're not
You're
not
not
even
on
gonna
stream
tell the
for everybody?
audience.
No.
Oh, well, okay.
So hey guys, how's it going? What we thinking? What's happening in the brain
I'm
phase?
dying.
I'm
Inside.
thinking that these dice are kind of actually decent. Never mind.
Oh, well.
Let's test this again.
Huh? Well,
8, 17.
so I'll just roll
You
the
know what?
dice right now.
It's because I didn't roll mine before the game.
I rolled all mine.
So it's probably not the question that it probably doesn't count as my 20, nat 21.
Okay.
But nobody thought to include the skeleton man.
Monty?
Nobody was like, hey, really like Monty. Like, well,
Monty's not here.
I know, but the sirens, they were like, Finn wasn't like, oh yeah, my best buddy Monty.
Everybody was like, whatever when he left.
I know, isn't that upsetting?
Monty dips out a lot.
I was gonna say, I think Monty disappearing isn't a new thing.
Yeah,
it's
said that.
pretty normal, and you only saw 2 people out of the group. So,
Well, no, I only saw one.
oh yeah,
You
you
only
guys
saw
only
the
saw
dragon
one.
one.
I only saw one, but like, I know that.
But
They
you 3 down in the observatory, you only saw Fen and what you can assume is probably Tallulah's, but
Yeah.
you haven't seen Karfka's or Shimi herself.
Ooh, hey, wait, so. Charlotte didn't see her, but can I use my nat 20 to ask who the girl with like the blonde hair and the blonde and red hair would be?
Blonde hair, blue eye.
There was 2. There was a blonde woman down with the rest of the creatures.
Yeah.
And there was a red-headed woman who was like mid-bashing with a
Oh.
frying pan in Karfka's kitchen.
I thought you said there was a
There
like
was a-
it was a blonde woman with like red tips. And I'm just like,
No.
what?
She was
Oh.
blonde kind of curls, blue eyes.
Have we seen her before?
She looks familiar. Like, she was like fucking...
Have we seen her in sessions before?
Yeah.
Monkshood.
Monkshood, is it that chick?
No?
No.
When have we been
When have we
blonde
seen her
woman?
in session?
Hey Charlotte,
What?
what does your mom look like?
Was my mom? I don't know.
We're
What
not
does
asking
she
in
look
character right now, so.
Like? I don't know. I never drew her out or anything.
What does Charlotte look like again? Just give me a brief description.
Blonde hair,
Danny.
blue eyes.
Yeah, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Hey, how you get
Did it look similar to Charlotte?
Except older.
Reminiscent.
Why are you all looking at me, man?
Everyone looks at Charlotte like.
Hey, nobody
Okay,
informed me
Charlotte.
that there was an
Was it
older version
Charlotte?
of me.
Or was it similar? Wasn't quite Charlotte?
You wouldn't be able to tell. It looked familiar and it looked similar to Charlotte, but
It wasn't
different.
Charlotte.
It was off. a lot of these things, a lot of what happened is there'd be little details that were off, right? Like Charlotte didn't had her full figure. Faranessa wasn't wearing a wedding band. She looked younger than she was supposed to be.
Something off about Adrian.
So wait, there were
Adron, you guys didn't actually see the thing that was wrong with him. His tattoo was missing though.
Oh, okay.
Fair
Fairness
cat?
is your wife, right?
so there
Your
were
ex.
two of
Yeah.
me.
Technically not
One
ex, but yeah.
One had a
So you
pinky
realize
and
something,
one
right?
was
She
older.
looked younger, right?
And there were two versions of
She didn't have a ring.
Adron. One was missing a tattoo and one was a
You
lady.
do realize she was in love with,
No.
which is why
No.
you went
It
out.
was
that
just
was
red
somebody
hair.
else.
But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't-
Yeah,
Okay.
that might have been
Okay.
Right?
carved.
You caught on to that or no?
Because I think
Did I just
Adron.
break you slightly?
I think Adron was Shin's.
Wait.
Did I only
Caught
see
on
the
to what?
gray hair
Okay,
of that one?
so Faranessa, right? She
You
she
caught,
looked
like, a
younger than she
hair.
was.
like an arm
Yeah.
reaching up, you said?
She looked younger than she was, and she didn't have her wedding band.
Okay.
So was she the younger version that Baz first fell in love with, and that's why he was drawn to her?
Oh, that's adorable, but no.
No,
he's
because
probably
sad.
just like,
From
hey,
what
Are
it
you
sounds
okay?
like,
If you'd like to use your knot,
Sounds
I can explain how they work.
from
The creature?
well, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, from what it sounds like, it draws from your memories, so it
Yes.
would be how Baz remembered
Yeah.
Faranessa.
no, if it draws from memories, then that thing shouldn't have been there because, like, I
one
didn't,
that's-
Which
I
thing?
didn't see him.
The one that's reminiscent of Charlotte.
Yeah.
Who says it was Charlotte's?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
But it also doesn't make sense with Shin's because Shin would definitely know details like that his tattoo was there.
Here, I'll give it to you guys now because like it's a fun mechanic. Say you were correct, they do draw on memories and stuff.
Mhm.
But like a majority of like mind reading and stuff, it's not spot on, it's not perfect, so they miss details, right?
Yeah.
So like Faranessa, when you would have last seen her, she wouldn't have had a wedding band, she would have been younger than she would be today. Right? Or Adron, the tattoo's tiny, it's behind his ear. They would have missed that easy, right?
Okay.
Charlotte, maybe they were pulling on an earlier version of the Charlotte that they saw. She's got her pinky, right? So there's little things that they mess up. The scar was missing on the Dragonborn, right?
Yeah.
Minor details they can't transform all the way. That's generally how you would tell with them. Sometimes they can get it spot on, and sometimes they're really fucking good at it. But there's generally something small that they're missing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, okay. Oh,
But we
hey,
recognize that woman, but we don't.
No. Though, speaking of minor details,
Oh, yeah.
I will say, since, like, the whole thing, Shin has been doing this motion over and over again since the whole thing in the
They
water.
can't see it.
He's
Yeah,
like
that's
circling
true.
his chest.
Yeah, he's just circling, like, around where his heart is.
Oh.
And there's a reason.
he have
No,
heart
he's
failure?
just no. I'm circling. I'm just like, here's the target. Yeah.
No, he's
Hit me
he's
right here, please.
he's kind of. It looks like he's reassuring himself.
Anxious tick.
Okay, wait. So can
With
we
a
have a
purpose.
Q&A for
Yeah.
everyone here?
Yeah, sure. Ooh. Not a bad idea.
Q&A for what?
Ask each other stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. I mean, I can't guarantee you. Like, I don't think all of us
Or
are
let
going
us
to
know
give away
your
everything.
theories a better backstory.
Hey, dungeon players, a Q&A session.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's really good, actually.
Yeah, because we still have like 3 hours left before we have to
Yeah,
leave.
and
You know what we haven't done?
What?
What?
we've introduced our characters fairly well, and we've given their personalities and stuff like that, but we've never really talked about what we do and what we like.
Because
They don't
that's
need
not the
to
point.
know that.
Do they know what all of our characters look like?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good
That's a good point, because I don't think we
I don't
ever
think
did.
we explained in detail. Like, it's on the Hadium Instagram, but I don't think
I've
we've
said it. I've
explained-
said it on the Instagram things like in vivid detail for Ari before, so I don't
Yeah.
need to
Some
say
of
anything
them-
about it.
Well,
Some of
Well,
the
'cause
introductions.
Shins
are-
isn't up.
some people aren't on our Instagram if they're watching.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
No, I'm talking about like when we did
Yeah,
the
no,
story
no.
and then you saved it, right?
What?
Because you said you saved it when you were on. You did your.
Are you talking about episode 1?
Yes.
Because episode 1 isn't up.
Yeah.
Oh, that can wait.
I can wait. You can
can
wait.
wait.
And I know I didn't put a detailed description of Shin in.
Okay, well let's do that right now.
Yeah,
then.
you guys thought Tavik was like tiny and thin. No.
Yeah.
He's a buff boy. He
'Cause-
was a blacksmith, you guys.
Because we could quick do that.
We could also do like
Okay,
also
well,
the Q&A thing
Let's
too at the
quick
same
do
time.
the introductions and then do the Q&A.
then
How about
do-
that?
Theories about each other would be cool too.
Okay,
Sure.
we'll do theories after that, but let's start with introductions. So,
Okay.
who do we want
But
to
like,
start with?
let's stop and start again.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
So we'll see you guys for the Q&A if you
In
if
literally
you stop
3
by.
seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah, in 3
stop by.
seconds.